Oh, that part needs to work, though. There we go. That's just incorrect. And hello, everyone. I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour. And today we're doing another episode of Star Trek Return to the Frontier and likely season finale. My sources are correct. But we shall see what the GM says otherwise. I give it over to the GM.
Definitely the season finale. I think you might tease it's the series finale.
Here I am trying to be all mysterious. Okay.
No dramatic tension.
And I'll give it to the Commodore.
Okay. Commodore's log, stardate 2507.2. After a year of hard work, the 10th Fleet has finished establishing a colony for the displaced people of Ceti Kappa 6. Known as Serval, a likely corruption of survival, the one-time descendants of the temporally displaced survivors of the 10th Fleet have a new home free of Vigal. But this only exacerbates another problem. Now with two large colonies in this subsector, more than ever, a strong trade link to the core worlds of the Federation is needed. But for all of the Federation Council and Starfleet's efforts to communicate the pirate threat of the past few years is over, only a handful of freighters have actually decided to make the core to Andromeda run. I have agreed with Vice Admiral Sean that to prevent the issue from becoming a crisis, a grand gesture is needed. It has been decided that myself and my crew, in Admiral Sean's words, quote, heroes of the border worlds, end quote, will deliver the SS Traveler to Vulcan. The SS Traveler is the lead ship of a new class of freighters from the Von Dralian Star Yard. If we can show the Traveler can make the journey from Andromeda to the core worlds safely and without escort, trade may begin to return to the Andromeda sector. A minor bookkeeping note has been 6116.7 stardates since I took command of USS Andromeda, and it has been 2507.2 stardates since I took command of USS Thralic. For current standards, stardates are individualized by the ship's chronometer. The new system, using the relative position of a planet, ship, or starbase from the galactic core, will go into effect in approximately 3 hours. This means that everyone in the Federation will now share a common stardate. It seems that these past few years, more than any other I've experienced, have been a time of great evolution. New technologies, new ships, new standards, each has the capacity to change fundamental organization of our society. For the first time in potentially forever, a truly post-scarcity society is within our grasp. I remember a time when the Federation was young and brittle, where looking beyond your homeworld's immediate neighbors was a concern for diplomats and merchants alone. Now, I live in a time where the Federation is more expansive and more interconnected than ever. We have new enemies, new friends, and new frontiers to explore. The changes would feel overwhelming to comprehend had they not arrived one day at a time. But enough pontificating. History waits for no Vulcan. The engines move faster, the uniforms change their cut, the faces come and go, but the mission does not change. End log. We have two directives: deliver the SS Traveler to Vulcan, and find out why spacers still fear the Orion pirates.
I love the exhale note in the log. Is that a direction for you, or is that a direction by the GM? Now remember, exhale here.
I wrote the second two paragraphs.
Okay.
It was to communicate that she was changing the thread of what she was talking about
Yeah.
without delivering a conclusion.
I was like, geez, GM, really giving like voice
No.
direction now.
Yeah.
End log. Exit stage left pursued by a bear.
No, exit stage left, pursued by Gamato.
What? Clam and tomato juice? Clamato?
No,
Would go to the bridge. The starting thread. I actually thought about doing this is a zero
Oh, God,
thread
no.
episode, but I was like,
God.
no, I think I have to do. I think the rules require me to do at least one.
People can still stub their toes.
Not literally
Something.
one.
This is a one thread episode. I get one thread.
We go to the bridge of the SS Traveler. Engineer not pictured because he likes to live in his own little engineering world. And
I'm trying to
On
make Engineer
your
World
console.
work with Barbie World.
I was thinking the
You're
same
damn right.
thing.
Thank you.
We have been playing together for too long, guys.
Who do you think puts the dream houses together, huh? Huh?
God, we've been playing
Solaris,
together for way too long.
on your console, you can see that you have received final authorization from Andromeda Space Talk to depart.
We have authorization to depart.
Yes, ma'am. Taking us out. Nice and steady.
As I think Sabirov might find the continued use of sir, ma'am, and rank distinctions a little odd in a merchant setting.
Yeah, it's like there's captain.
Is there a-
It's more role based, I would think. It's like captain, engineer, flight. Ranks are kind of weird, unless someone's pre-military. We used to be in the military.
Are we out of uniform?
Ship sheet.
No.
Okay.
Technically, the Thralic is being, or technically, the 10th Fleet is being sent to Earth temporarily, but the other ships are traveling much more circuitous routes because they're faster, and it would undermine the whole mission if they were anywhere nearby. So y'all are all still in your normal y'all are still in your normal positions at your normal ranks, but a caretaker, actually not a caretaker, fleet captain Devana is shepherding the 10th Fleet to Earth for y'all.
Is there a ship sheet for the Traveler?
No.
We're not expecting to get into combat with it.
Yes.
Is
But we may need to do things with it.
You are right, and that literally just occurred to me. I didn't think of it because, right, combat can't happen. If you run into a pirate, the whole conceit is over. That
You
doesn't
do
mean
have
there
a
might not
freighter
be
down there
difficulties.
already.
But I don't think it has any stats.
Ah,
But it literally just did occur to me. Hey, but you can do other things with the starship than shoot the guns.
So true.
You sound like one of those military guys who was like, yeah, so NASA's about putting guns on the moon, right?
I have a solution though.
Wait, it's not?
No.
I mean,
Well,
It's the only way we can deal with the Nazis there.
National
It's
Assault
true.
Rifle and Space Administration.
Have you not seen Iron Sky? God's sake.
it's before their time.
That movie is a trip,
That movie's awesome.
and not like I don't mean that in. I think it's a good movie. I mean, literally, it feels like tripping.
Yeah.
Historical
It's pretty
documentation.
awesome. I love it.
Like literal tripping over your feet. Tripping.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, for the purposes
Yeah,
of
that-
Twitch,
that's
tripping
something
over
that
your
maybe-
feet.
Right.
Yeah, how's
When
the
did you
sixth
turn
grade
12?
going?
You know, tripping balls, as in tripping over a beach
Okay.
ball.
Yeah.
Sorry, ignore what I just. That's not what I wanted.
Okay, I'm ignoring it.
We're
just the space rain.
we're doing great, guys.
As always.
And from the logs, just as this is a new class of freighter by the sound of it. Like it's not an old style that we've used before.
Yes, it's. That's what I was going to say. I think the systems and departments are fine, but you would consider this to be a scale 4. And yes, it is entirely of a new design.
I will say Sabri Ross kind of is having a mild nerd out for a moment. Like she even while underway is like looking over, is like searching through the computer, checking what the ship can do because she was a merchant captain for a while. So it's nice to see a brand new, shiny new freighter that the civvies get to use. It's, ooh, this might be something to invest in for future projects. What this kind of thing can do. And I get to fly in it while it's under reparation, so, you know, I can see if it's worth buying in the future.
Revere's in engineering muttering about needing to get out some ores
Oars?
to make it
You
go
have to row.
faster.
Oh, I was picturing like rock ore, and I was like, what? But
I mean, maybe.
That would also make it go faster.
So, Griffin,
Yep.
you can give me Control Con difficulty 0 as you navigate to a jump point.
Con. Navigation as a focus.
Yes.
Cool.
I think I'm okay.
Two momentum gained. And
Any ship assist?
We're taking it out.
you can roll a die for the ship. Your target number is 11, crit on a 3.
Just a normal hit.
Okay, we got a success.
So another hit. You travel to at impulse to the edge of the system, and then, unusual for you, rather than setting a waypoint that you'll hit in a few hours, you're pretty much setting up the whole journey to the next outpost, as the ship will largely fly itself when you're not worried about when you're not on a military ship. Pilot's not exactly expected to literally stay in their seat the whole time. And more unusual than that, you have to be wary of how much fuel you're using, but how fast you're going. Normally, you would just wait for the all clear signal from engineering and punch it, but you need to confirm with the engineer what speed you're allowed to go at. so you don't run out of fuel.
So I'll say,
Fuel?
Commodore, course laid in. Punch the
Matter
intercom.
antimatter. You don't have like an endless reserve just in storage. You have to this trip has to remain economical, right? So there is a limited reserve of matter and antimatter.
Yeah, because that's the whole point.
I'll punch up the intercom, say, Colin to engineering, if you can give me calculations for our best speed on this journey.
All right.
I'll take this as reason engineering difficulty 2 to get a correct answer, 3 to get the best answer.
Okay. Let's go for a 3. Let's see. Don't know that any of my...
I would take subspace mechanics or warp core mechanics.
Yeah, I was looking more for traits.
Oh, okay.
Will this... will
I would
this be
definitely take
something-
innovative engineer.
Okay, I didn't figure it was calling on
you're
too
right.
much innovation.
Main
I'll go for the
engineer
main
brings
engineering
us down
bonus.
by 1. Yep.
Yeah, so bring it down to 2.
And a ship, an assist from computers.
Maybe computers con would make more sense.
I think computers con, yes.
Yeah.
Engineering would be more like if you were like checking on the status of the matter antimatter,
Mhm.
but calculating burn rates, I think, is a con roll.
Okay.
So I remember for later.
Then I will give you a threat for bold and a potential reroll.
Between traits, you're at difficulty 1 right now.
Okay. I'll still give you a threat for...
Just to have a comp bounce.
Yeah. I'll fish. Well. Still. Ooh,
No,
I think the
that
ship-
didn't take into account your I don't think you fully had selected your attribute. Because
you're
that used
correct.
false. Yeah. So I think both of those were successes, and
Yep.
your reroll didn't change that. So that's 4 and a crit from the ship. So that's 6 successes on a diff 1. So 5 momentum gained.
So oops, I counted too many. That's the correct amount, and then here is the correct float.
I don't think you can run an antimatter reaction lean.
Let's spend the 2 for the trait optimum fuel consumption.
Yes. You note
Or optimal.
that the current plan from Khan does not take into account any gravitational assists. So you're actually going to burn too hot in several places if you don't adjust down.
So, Griffin, what I'm going to need for you to do is whip around some suns. Do you have any problems whipping around some suns?
Hey, I mean, this thing's about as interesting as flying a kite, so anything to spice it up.
Heights might go faster, but I get your point.
Kites are more responsive.
I understand the desire to stimulate oneself. However, we must consider that we are engaging in a mission of what is plausible for your average merchantman. No, I would caution against flying that would be out of reach for your average civilian pilot.
Yes, ma'am. We're keeping it by the book.
Your console shows a match and an agreement from main engineering.
Course laid in, speed plotted, gravitational assists calculated. We're ready to go on your order, ma'am.
Engage.
Taking us out.
As the stars stretch out the narrow windows, you all kind of check and double check your consoles, and probably for everybody but Soloris the Vulcan, it slowly dawns that, yeah, there's not much to do here. There's maybe 50 people working with y'all on this ship from the Thralic, and there's not another course change for 5 days. So I imagine Ivanov, looking over the sensors, which are incredibly basic, and realizing you don't have much to do.
Yeah. That's how it is.
It do be that way sometimes.
Recommendation to you,
And again, he
Commodore.
worked in a mine for I don't know how long, so.
Yes, Sabi Rasserine.
Given the long stretches ahead, you may want to schedule some higher level diagnostics to make sure all the systems work. One, to keep everyone still engaged with their ship, but also civilian vessels have the same Federation standard backup systems, but it helps to make sure that this maiden voyage has nothing that will be mechanically failing over the days. And I don't know how much the automated systems are going to catch things without more vigorous manual diagnostics.
Very well. And she begins drawing up additional maintenance plans to keep people occupied.
Control Command difficulty 2.
Oh, command. I have a focus in diagnostics. Will that help me plan this out?
Yes.
Yes. I think that this is like one of 2 times that focus has been in use. Yeah, none of those are going to come into apply here. So what we're going to do is give the GM 3 threat and let the dice hit the floor table. And you know what? I think
Ship's computers command, so that's 9 with a crit range of 1.
Bing.
So 5 successes and a complication. Threat or complication?
we got to make this trip interesting. A mistake slips through her grasp here.
He could just take the threat, He doesn't have to do the complication.
He could do whatever. He could leave. He can do whatever he wants. He's his own man.
Just leaves the call.
The complication is I quit.
But I was just throwing out there that the mechanic is that you give the option of complication to the GM. There's in the book it suggests if you're completely at a loss, like I can't think of anything, I just take the threat, screw it.
Of course.
You'll get the traits crew schedule and double shifts.
You want to be bored? Don't worry. I'll make sure you're not bored. You'll have plenty to do.
As individuals find good excuses for why they should be somewhere else doing something else. Oh, that's why things are weird. Y'all are on the map layer.
Oh, we are? Huh, funny.
You shouldn't be there.
Be somewhere
Well,
else.
maybe you shouldn't have put us there then.
Yeah. This is going to sound weird at first, but you've all been tokens this whole time.
I see about token representation.
There are
Yeah.
multiple of us. It can't be
Yeah.
that token.
Ayo.
Anything with all this float, by the way, because you have a lot.
We're all different token representations.
Hey.
Okay.
Currently five float, Commodore.
Oh, 5 float from that. Okay. Well, great. Could I create? Okay. So when like zookeepers want to keep their animals from going crazy in their pens, right? They do enrichment where they give the animals different things to do every day, so they
Okay.
don't go crazy.
I was afraid there was going to be uranium involved.
Sadly, no.
That's for the next series.
Oh, I'm sure it would be very enriching to a tiger's life to experience radiation poisoning. I think most tigers have not
enriching?
experienced that.
Boo. Boo.
No, he made the joke first. You blame him. Okay. But yes, could I come up with a plan of scheduling different events? Like a plan, like you, as part of your shifts, you have to attend, seminars, sit downs, game nights. I would like to schedule a system in which people are engaging with each other. Mandatory fun.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'll take mandatory fun.
All right.
God, it's
So-
that
so
Vulcan
Laura-
Protestant work ethic.
Yes.
We're having a mutiny.
Yeah. Last episode, the captain goes out the airlock.
Vulcans are very spiritually Calvinist.
True.
Okay.
I kind of assumed the whole gay marriage thing threw that out the window, but I guess not.
I meant in certain aspects. Last I checked, John Calvin had normal ears. But anyways,
How recently did you check?
Well, I was thinking
Anyways,
it's like the Captain Holt thing from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Why are you not all having fun? I specifically requested it.
yes, basically. So Loris has seen the tension within the crew and has decided the best way to execute this is to come up with a rigid. It's like an overly planned vacation. You now have rigid things you are expected to do.
It's called structure, you anarchists.
I brought board games.
Ooh. You brought Monopoly Mutiny.
All right.
Yeah.
You could create or improve one more trait.
All right, mandatory fun times 2.
You see, Monopoly is not on the schedule for today, so you are now facing capital punishment.
That game's not that bad.
Mandatory.
I was going to say we could just play Capital Punishment.
So
The fact that
Actually,
you know
about
all the
a-
Camp Sandwich games is really funny.
scene change about a day later. Griffin, you are on the bridge, and defender rolls first, right?
Correct.
In every scenario, but one specific random scenario dealing with persuasion tasks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Griffin, you are defending. It is a control medicine and right, you are defending. Currently, you have double shifts, giving the opposing side a free hit, and mandatory fun. Unless you counter it, I think mandatory fun is helping you here in that you actually have scheduled like time to de-stress and stuff. But if you want to say that that is a negative for Griffin, I would allow it.
No, I think she's easily manipulated.
Okay.
Clearly, she signed up after all.
Yeah.
Effectively, you have.
No, that was her
free
own
hit.
choice. Wait. All right. Headstrong trait.
Okay. It is now even.
Quick reflexes trait.
Actually, sorry.
You're not sorry.
Not
This
at
will become
all.
obvious in a second, but that does not make it even. It, in fact, gives the other side.
Cool.
Actually, we should not do it this way. We're only going to consider things that affect your role. We're not going to consider things that affect the other person's role.
Yeah.
So we're not applying double shifts yet. We're applying mandatory fun because it gives you hits, and we will. So starting from there again. What? Let's see. That headstrong does hurt you.
Okay.
Quick reflexes does not matter. Quantum awareness is hurting you.
Oh no.
And
Wait, quantum awareness is hurting me? Dang, okay. That's fun.
It's mandatory.
Renowned
fun.
Starfleet officer is not affecting this. So effectively,
-1.
mandatory fun is balancing out headstrong and quantum awareness.
Okay.
And double shifts is hurting you. So yes, you are down by.
Down 1 right now.
Yes, you are down by 1.
Okay. Do I have a focus?
Oh, I just said that I didn't want to do this. Sorry. No, we're not applying things because when we say you're down by 1, that's not really how it works.
Yeah,
It works
they're
that
up
the
by
other
1.
person gets a hit. Yes. So we're only applying mandatory fun. And nothing else.
And
is a
we're
positive.
noting down that other things will negatively impact me. But
yes, we'll come back to that. So you have 2 hits, free hits right now.
okay. And then I was going to ask if I had a focus. I figure it's probably just better to ask you that than to list them off.
I will take survival.
Okay. This is opposed. I have a. Okay. Like to spend a determination towards mission directive, if I can. First mission directive.
I do not think that applies.
Does the second one apply?
No.
Dang. Okay.
I would take your second value.
Yeah, I was looking at that one. Cool. I'll spend towards logics at the beginning of wisdom, not the end.
All right.
2 hits. And
So you're up by 4.
I keep my point of determination. We also gain 1 momentum off of that. And then I will spend the full MIT to roll 4 dice. Well.
Ooh.
Yep.
I thought you were supposed to get all this out of
Would you
your
like to
system
do
2 weeks
anything
ago.
about that?
Probably should.
Right now, 4 hits in a comp.
Yeah. Sure. I'll spend towards my second value again, I guess, to reroll.
All right.
And see if I keep it. That's a D100. Misclicked.
But you should
I
have
do not.
gotten a bonus momentum or a momentum for each of these spins, right?
Correct, yeah.
I
I
think
got a
there's
momentum
two
for
on
the
the board
first
right
one. Then I spent 6 to roll 4.
Okay.
So we should have 1 momentum right now.
Okay.
And then I'm re-rolling 4 dice. Much better.
7 hits in total.
Woo.
All right. So that is the standing result for Griffin the defender. Now, Griffin the attacker.
Oh god. I see how this is happening now. Cool. Quantum awareness trait?
Hold on a second. I had to refresh the page, and since I had at one time today opened up the last Traveler campaign I did because I was debating on whether I wanted to copy that ship and just use that ship or not. I refreshed the page and literally got sent into a Traveler game.
All right, we know what the
My
next
computer's
campaign is
trying
going to be.
Yeah, I was about to say my computer's trying to send me a message.
Yeah.
Let me pull out my Traveler 5 books.
Oh.
See, do I want to play an Ursoid this time?
And we know how to pre-build it now.
Yeah, that's true. I like Traveler.
Yeah, it was fun.
Never played the Mongoose version.
It's all right.
Griffin, your target is 7.
Yep.
I am going to spend, since this is the part of you that is not necessarily acting in your favor, I will spend 3 to give you the benefit of a point of determination.
Ooh. That's not actually a point of determination, though, right? Just the
No,
benefit
you
of
get
one?
the benefits. You get the benefits
Cool.
of having spent a point of determination.
So none of my talents get to trigger off of that.
No,
Which is
because
unfortunate.
this version of you is acting as an NPC,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
NPCs do not get determination; they get the benefits of.
Yeah.
So that specifically any talent that says like if you get something based on a determination don't work for NPCs.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I spent a point of determination. What is the attack roll here?
Oh,
Still control medicine, or is it something else?
Presence, security.
So much worse of a roll. Do I have a focus?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Always asking the good questions.
Mm-hmm.
I do not think. I will spend another 2.
I'll have the benefit of a focus.
Yes, you have the focus. Stress.
Cool.
Get some.
I'll have this Griffin spend a Starcross then to double the focus range.
Oh, I love it when y'all work with me.
Oh yeah, I love to.
We do our best.
Yeah.
Oh, double shifts is giving you a hit. Headstrong is giving you a hit, and quantum awareness is giving you a hit.
Cool. So we got 3 hits. I crit on an 8 or lower for this roll. I'm just gonna make.
And you
Nice.
can use a point of determination.
Yes, I will use the point of determination for 2 hits. I'm going to adjust my stats in a
I
really
would think the
weird
first
looking
challenge
way.
would apply.
Yeah. And spend a point of determination. GM, would you like me to spend 2 threat to buy a die?
Oh, you're really. No, I kind of need to keep that.
We might have
I
personal
wish.
threat.
I don't think so.
Oh,
It'd be cool if they did.
if I'm
but-
treating you as an NPC in terms of determination spent, then yes, you have
Oh, okay.
a lot.
Oh, you have like right because counts your values, right?
You basically, I think, have 3 times your values.
So that's 12.
Yes. So I'm going to
Cool.
take back what I spent on you because you just spend that yourself.
Cool. How much have I
Uh,
spent?
5.
5. Okay, so I still have 7.
And you're free to spend it all now.
Just drawing some threat. Spend 2 and 3. Go down to 2 personal threat to roll 4. To roll 3 dice rather. 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah.
That looks like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 to 7?
Yeah. 11 to 7.
You're doing
Alright.
a great job at attacking yourself.
Uh huh. All of those were crits. 2 of them are only crits because of the
What
battle
is
spend. Though.
your security?
My security is 4.
All right. I will spend to increase this. You can take 6 stress or the entry post-traumatic stress.
Ooh. Okay.
The potency of what you failed by, I think, or something like that, or how many successes it got.
No, that the damage was inflicted by their security discipline, and then I spent 2 at a rate of 2 to 1 to increase the damage.
Well, what I mean is when you usually take an injury, the potency of the injury, like how hard it is to treat, is based on how much. So instead of 6, it'd be potency 6.
Oh.
I'm not mistaken.
Yes, the potency. Yes, if you avoid it, it doesn't kind of matter.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
take 6 stress. If you do take it, then yes, the potency, you would write it down as post-traumatic
Potency
stress
6.
6.
Post-traumatic stress.
Those high potencies are
I've got the
lot.
stress to work with.
Yeah.
I'll take 6 stress.
All right. Is there any behavior Griffin exhibits while you try to not dwell too much on the creeping idea that you've died many times, and the next button you press at a con is going to create a decision where you might die or some other griffin might die, but someone has to die when a decision happens.
Such a morbid outlook. I love it. I think she is playing with her hair, kind of leaning back away from the console. Twirling a little bit. And it's not locked in.
Lieutenant Griffin, is everything okay?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
We have
All good. Systems are operating normally. Nothing to report.
We have seen much together, two of us. If you have something to tell me, you can.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 to re-inflict that.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to make the same decision again. Take
Cool,
the entry or take the stress. As you know that where other people know in a vague sense that their commanding officer might make a decision that gets them injured or killed if it's for the better, like if it's for a net positive for the ship. Like if it's going to save half the ship's life, they might have to let you get injured or die. You don't know that in the abstract. You have experienced it directly. You've looked Solaris in the eyes when she made that decision.
Yeah.
And you relive the running through the sea deck on Andromeda, kind of knowing you're going down here to die for a second before it passes.
I'll take
do
the
you take
stress
the
again
stress?
because I really like that takes me up to exactly full on stress. Because I have 12 stress. Because I spent my arc to increase my command by 1, and I have resolute.
You have to make a decision at this point because you're full.
Yeah.
Get what it is. It's in the damage thing.
You choose a discipline, I think, or is it an attribute? You just can't use it anymore. Auto fail.
There's a discipline that fails, and basically everything is increased difficulty by 1 because you're fatigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you choose a discipline. that you can't use anymore.
I'm gonna say security.
All right, there's 2. Yeah, your mind is pulled in too many directions. You're too kind of worried and stressed that your awareness of your surroundings, of general danger around you, is just out the window. Too many false positives in your mind.
Too many false positives, and also just there's too many memories of these quantum dangers that have involved having to deal with violence in some way.
I'm actually incorrect.
Correction, it is not a discipline, it is an attribute.
Attribute. It's worse.
Okay, attribute. Yeah, it is. Ooh. I'm gonna pull daring.
All right.
For kind of the same reason. Feeling less like I want to be like twitchy, incredibly responsive. I need to be considered. I need to think my actions through.
Yep. You feel like you're the only one trying to keep you alive. Everybody else around here with a little bit of rank is trying to get you killed.
Yeah.
They've got an infinite number of Griffins killed already, and they will kill an infinite number more.
That is the plan.
Thanks. She'll kind of Griffin kind of swivels around in the chair, assuming it swivels. Or just turns around otherwise. I mean, I've taken a lot of turns in Starfleet, ma'am. But I don't know. I'm feeling maybe it's time for something of a change. I might take some leave after this assignment.
Soloris nods, and she says, "Yes, I've been considering something similar myself. Do you have any idea where you would like to go in the future?"
Well, Commander Inverni did offer me a position back on the Andromeda.
The Andromeda is a fine ship, and she would be in great debt to have your service.
Is it appropriate to gender the ship now that it's alive?
Soloris furrows her brow and she says, "It is perhaps you are correct. It is not appropriate. I have become too accustomed to human customs in some regards."
Oh, I mean, this is the first time I've thought of it. If I take that assignment, I guess I'll have to discuss it with the Andromeda.
I feel like that's a good justification. I'm going to hit you with it again.
Mhm.
I did not think about this, but Griffin makes a great point. In that you can take 6 stress or go unconscious, which I think you're just forced to go unconscious here.
Yeah, I just am forced to go unconscious here.
As you start hyperventilating and getting caught up on the idea that, oh, it was one thing for Inverni or Ivanov or Aratana to make decisions about whether you were going to live or die. Now, rather than the kind of joke that of a Vulcan thinks like a computer, you might have a literal computer in a place of power over you that is deciding, purely mathematically whether you live and die. I won't say
I think Griffin might find that comforting.
Yeah, that seems like a problem.
No, it does. But yeah, I'll go unconscious.
I guess in a weird way, you might find solace in that it's not up to emotion. You'll live and die purely on a mathematical calculation, but that doesn't relieve the fact that you're focused on your own mortality. And I won't say you go unconscious, but I will say Griffin starts sweating, hyperventilating, and Soloris can tell in distress.
I think she starts saying something about, or maybe I just need to go back to Archer 4.
Archer 4? I don't think there's anything
Planet
for you
she's
back
from.
there. Mm-hmm.
I've got family.
You were thinking of leaving the service?
I think she takes a while to respond to that and is clearly in distress at this point.
Yeah, I would say that responds incoherently.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Soloris stands up and says, "Griffin, I will move you off shift for the rest of the day. If there's anything I can do to assist you, please let me know. Otherwise, I must insist that you see Dr. Tuir."
I don't think Griffin's in a state to respond at this point.
Griffin? And then she's going to flip open her communicator and call Dr. Tuir.
King me.
Scene change.
Okay.
Where we find Griffin unconscious. And the doctor. Doctor, you can give me reason medicine difficulty 2.
What are we at for momentum?
Nothing.
None, I think.
We're at nothing. Cool. Reason medicine, diff 2. What's the GM at for threat?
3.
3.
Oh, okay. I'll give a threat for a third die.
Yes. I do not remember what the medical room advantage is, but the ship can assist, and you're looking at a 11 to hit, 3 to crit.
Emergency medicine focus.
No, I would be
Okay.
looking for something in the psychology line
Okay,
or
no.
psychiatry line.
Nah, nothing. Okay.
And the ship? 4 successes. Oh, sorry, it's difficult. Yeah, 4 successes on a diff 2, so 2 momentum gained.
And I generate a bonus momentum because I was assisted.
The sickbay benefit is it reduces medical procedures performed in sickbay by 1. So I don't know if a medical procedure occurred in sickbay.
Yeah, that's.
Wrong way. Hope of no help to you.
Doctor, you determine that Griffin is experiencing post-traumatic stress, and currently you have her sedated.
For my bonus momentum, I'll ask a question. Does her condition seem to be worsening?
Too short of a time span. I'll push that back.
Okay.
As in, it's not a rapid near-death state. Like the worst we're talking about is trembling, maybe throwing up, things like that. We're not imminent bodily death is not on the table.
Cool. Do I have any inkling from like my discussion with the Commodore? Do I have any inkling as to what brought it on?
The Commodore would that would be something y'all have to figure out in character. Because you're asking what the Commodore's telling you. I can't tell you that.
No,
Dolores would
fair.
Dolores would have called you up and said, Griffin was talking to me. Fine. She seemed to show a little anxiety. I asked her a question if I could help her with it. This seems to make her worse. And then she began escalating until she hit her current delirious state. And then that's all Dolores can infer.
Okay. Then I only have one other question I could think to ask. In that case, does her condition, at the very least, like, does she seem stuck in that state? Even if it's not like dangerous or deadly or whatever, does like she seem stuck where she is?
I will say that the brain is not regulating itself according to her scans taken during a physical.
Mhm.
All kinds of imbalances in neurotransmitters.
Well, I may not be a licensed therapist, but I do know a thing or two about neurobiology, and these readings are rather abnormal as compared to previous physical scans. It's quite possible that whatever state Griffin is in, and whatever caused Griffin to enter this state of post-traumatic stress, has directly impacted their neurochemistry.
Dolores seems surprised by this, and she says, "Really? I believed this was just a bit of um, uh, a claustrophobic panic attack born from the tight, small spaces of the ship, and perhaps a one too many probing questions from one's commanding officer. You believe it is that serious?"
Saying it's not my
Uh,
fault.
She would not be on that bed, sedated in the way she is if it was not serious. But only further observation will help me make that determination.
Dolores nods her head and she says, "Very well. Let me know if there's anything else I can assist you with."
Of course, considering the circumstance, while I would say not to divulge particulars of patient information to the rest of the crew, it may be worth, at the very least, reading some of the crew in somewhat, in case similar symptoms pop up.
Yes, I will do so immediately.
Doctor. You can give me reason medicine difficulty 4 to put together a more formal diagnosis looking over Griffin's records.
Okay, and we're at 2 momentum, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say, renowned physician focus. Not focus. Renowned physician trait.
Yes.
Okay, that's a 2 trait, so that brings it down to 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spend a momentum then.
Hogging all the momentum. Friggin' doctors.
Spend it like
Reason
you just
medicine.
don't care.
Reason medicine, you say?
Yes.
Oh, composure focus. I'm trying to determine what could cause someone to completely
take it.
lose.
Yeah.
I didn't even
For
consider that
composure,
until now.
yeah.
I didn't even consider that till now. Cool. That's 2 momentum generated.
You start looking back over records, making notes, looking at more records. you start off with a question like, is this something unique? Is this a syndrome? And it finally comes to you, looking at your notes, you see you've written somewhat closely to each other the words ensign and syndrome. And then it kind of comes to you. Unlike everyone else in the crew, Griffin was fairly young and one of the few crew members who had come directly off of the Klingon War. Everybody else in the crew was significantly older, and most of them did not participate directly in the war. And Griffin did not get a quiet assignment after that to decompress and work through the events of the war. Griffin went to a very highly a high intensity
tiny
shot
little
for
tiny little archer class,
for
like
about 5 years she's been doing this. So
pressure cooker.
where Solaris has probably been in Starfleet, Solaris and Revere have been in Starfleet for like almost 10 years each. Neither of them serving directly in a war.
Well,
Griffin's.
I got blown up like as an ensign in the Klingon War.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Typical Doctor not knowing the people's service records.
Okay, I guess that was very early because I thought you spent most of it with Solaris out on.
Yeah, it was
K4.
like my first assignment as an ensign. Engineering took a direct hit. I was badly wounded, and then spent significant time in recovery, and then was
Okay,
with Solaris.
then actually, yeah, I will say that Revere helps highlight this because Revere was in Starfleet for a while and did experience a war, but Revere had 2 years about to in a very low intensity service.
Yeah, it was a while before I became chief engineer or anything. Yeah.
Griffin has had 5 years with y'all and another year before that in the war. None of it with more than a month at a time on leave, and rarely that. It's not so much as what happened, it's that everything has happened and it's all finally caught up.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that she's probably not the only one. That's why the words ensign and syndrome kind of come out to you. This might be something that's actually pretty common.
If there is a full on a common diagnosis for this thing.
It's not just the intensity, because most of y'all have had the same intensity, but none of y'all were as young.
Ooh, this is gonna be a neat little fun bit of completing the circle, as it were. It's at this point I would say that Dr. Tweer's now sort of made aware of this being a larger issue, not just among his own crew, but in Starfleet as a whole. And it's gonna take him a long time, probably a number of years, but he is going to start writing up concepts and treatises on how Starfleet could integrate counselors into normal starship operations.
Rather than treating the patient in front of you.
That's where it comes from. He's not equipped to do that, and there's not someone around who is. There is no one to step in because it's. I don't think Dr. Tware's ever presented himself as
No,
as a counselor. He's a surgeon at heart, I think.
Yeah, he's a surgeon, chemist, like xenobiologist expert. He's not a counselor. I mean, I presume he has some like basic conceptual training in it, but it's not his field. And he had he had to look up what this is, just like any other person would. I mean, we'll do what we can to assist Griffin and anyone else in the crew through this, but it's definitely a bigger problem than just what's sitting here in my medical bay.
Scene change.
Fun.
Actually, this is probably not the room I want to use for this.
Room
This
you
makes it
got.
feel very interrogational.
Isn't it? We know what he did.
Why are you so sad? Just get up and do things.
He shouts to the person who's not here, I presume. We go to
Side note,
a
Revere has been avoiding mandatory fun as best he can.
It's like it's like that episode of Lower Decks with the
Yeah, but-
Untrusted friend of Solaris, you are.
with the retreat planet.
Some trusted friend of Revere you are. Mandatory fun? Really? Jeez.
we find
You get a ball of yarn.
Solaris, Revere, Savira, and Ivan all buried in different types of paperwork.
Nah, that seems legit.
Yippee.
It's better than mandatory fun.
Speak for yourself. This is fun.
Ivanov.
No, you're supposed to be having fun right now while doing the paperwork.
This is actually just us.
multitasking?
It's just us playing Access and Allies. Just all the paperwork involved.
It's the first time anybody's seen Revere for 3 days. He's been, under the warp engine curled up.
It's the one time you could ever play the campaign for North Africa.
That long form tabletop goes hard on freighters, actually.
This is the Traveler game.
Yeah, I was about to
Mhm.
say, hey, the Corbinian, you wanted to run a game, Savira is right here. For Ivanov. You have two things on your plate. One, this is all interesting and fun, but you're the XO of a cruiser, and it's only going to be about a month you're out here before you have to go back to being the XO of a cruiser. So schedules and flight paths do not plan themselves.
Yeah.
At the same time, you have gotten back yearly review. You have good marks from commanding officer, from sector command, and you have been awarded several awards. But it's the third time in the last 2 years that it's become clear that Starfleet's not going to push you to captain and give you a ship. If you have any hope or want of ever having a ship because of your past, you're gonna have to start on a small ship as a commander, and probably a ship smaller than what a commander might be assigned. Like, you might be looking at spending some time going from XO of a scale 4 down to an archer, something that they're more and more scraping lieutenant commanders and very junior commanders to do. And you balancing that with you're actually doing the work of a captain right now.
Yeah. Oh, well. The bureaucracy is so much fun. I don't regret punching him.
Gonna go 2 for 2 on your characters getting promoted to commanding a ship.
Hey?
Never mind.
Well, yeah, I'm genuinely confused by that statement.
No, I think I misunderstood. Never mind. Ignore me.
I try.
I try to.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Really set that one up, I think.
No, I mean, whenever I say ignore me, I around this group, I need to be ready for that to be like the canned response. I've gotten that response enough that I should know it's coming.
We'll focus on the immediate future with the scheduling and the job.
All right, control command difficulty 1.
Lovely. Can one argue that this uses math, like complicated mathematics?
I'm not against saying that on the scale of 400 people all working in 3 shifts, that it could get to that level.
Lovely. I mean, it doesn't need to be, the reason Corbinian immediately lost their shit laughing is the new talent I picked up was the power of math. So that's just the first D20's free.
I would say yes, actually. Like, I would say that Solaris, you notice Ivanov isn't using the data tapes for crew scheduling. He's literally writing out the crew schedule by hand, and he's doing it right.
You
She
should have
kinda-
checked over it later.
She kind of looks at your work and then does some of the math in her head herself. And then when it checks out, she nods and lets you keep going.
Sorry, what was the role? It was control something. Sorry.
Control Command difficulty 1.
Oh, okay. Does not have that.
Hey.
Look now. I realize he doesn't actually have a focus in that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So. Yeah, none of those would apply. Unconventional thinking for the scheduling would not be appreciated by anyone.
Yeah, probably not.
See, I do an 8-shift
maybe.
program where you have a shift and then a break, then another shift, then another break, then another shift.
I will hit you with the hyperspace.
Yeah.
This is also known as how you get 0 work done over the course of a day.
I'm pretty sure they did this exact joke in the latest Strange New Worlds season.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When Pike was all Vulcaned out.
Yeah. Yeah.
More you know.
You finish the schedule. And as you're doing that, Solaris, you do happen to notice
God, that was an 18 and a 19.
Ivanov having pushed aside a small pad, and at a quick glance, Ivanov seems to have everything you'd want for a promotable ship captain, except the fact that his profile says that he's not promotable.
I'm a Commodore. Is there anything I can do about that?
What do you even know about that?
Oh, do I know about that? I assumed from what the GM was saying I do.
Why the original root cause? I don't think so, but that he's probably one of the most qualified commanders, and he's not been selected as a promotable commander. Yes, you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't know the
Understood.
why, though.
Well, yeah, I can. Yeah, but okay. My question remains: can I? Do I, within my powers as a Commodore, have any ability to change that?
Insight command, difficulty 5.
Okay. Renowned Starfleet officer.
Yeah. That'll
Right,
bring it down
so-
to 3.
Okay, commanding presence.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Div 3, the GM has 5 momentum. We have, or 5 threat. We have 2 momentum. All right. 1 threat, 2 momentum. Focus in rhetoric?
Bah.
I don't think so.
Actually, I will take it.
Oh, there you go.
Talking about gambling and winning.
4 momentum gained.
Ba, 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 ba.
You may be able to do an end run, but it will kind of be obvious. And
Sorry, a
might
what
further
run?
an end run to move around someone.
Okay.
It might upset even further those who have interfered with Ivanov's
Mm-hmm.
career so far. But you could delay your official transfer by taking a extended leave of absence, remaining in command of the 10th Fleet, and promote Ivanov not to captain but to command the Thralic, and move your flag to the Tempest.
Okay.
And
Essentially
then
forcing them to acknowledge the promotion
you-
fait accompli.
yes, once
Mhm.
you're replaced, the person coming in behind you is basically not the person coming. Starfleet Command will either have to come up with a reason to remove Ivanov from command, or he'll need to be promoted to captain because it is a cruiser. And you don't think they'll be able to justify it. Like
Mhm.
they can delay him becoming a captain, but if he's already in command of a ship and they have to come up with a good reason why he's unfit,
Mhm.
and undo it, you don't think they'll be able to pull it off. But it would require you delaying your plans for a while.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do anything without talking to Ivanov about it. So, she's going to look over Ivanov's schedule and say, "You've done a great job here, Ivanov. You would make an excellent captain one day."
Thank you, Captain. Or Commodore. Oh, the confidence is appreciated.
May I speak to you in private?
Yes.
Ah.
Look at the entire room moved.
Earthquake. Space
No.
earthquake.
The room is on the token layer for some reason.
Man, you're having no luck with these layers today.
The whole room, it's a mimic.
Why are our feet
entire
stuck to the
ship,
floor?
actually.
It's
Roll
slow
for
burned
initiative.
us too.
Just one room. Yeah.
God,
All right.
The entire ship's being a mimic this entire time.
that is a long walk.
Yeah.
Would you say it's a long road?
Long
Long road. Getting from there to here.
Sea
No, it's been a
change
long time.
Sea change.
as
I can feel it.
as Captain and Ivanov, or the Commodore and Ivanov, go to speak in private.
Death duel sealed.
Yep, did the reading.
Slorus
go
has
for the
had
kill.
enough death duels for her life.
Exactly. This will be the last one.
Sounds like someone who's about to lose a death duel.
Yeah.
This is my last death duel 1 week before retirement.
I mean, if Ivanov wins, does he get married?
No, he suffers the quickening and then he gets more powerful.
I see.
Is the quickening the thing that happens when you're pregnant?
God.
Anyway, never mind.
I was going to say something about drink a Vulcan's blood and gain their strength, but, you know.
Anyways,
It's a green drink. It's healthy.
Incredible. Soylent Green.
Like, kill.
But yes, the Slorus, once they're in a room alone, is going to say,
hold on.
Oh,
You
sorry,
were
sorry.
not in the scene that stayed.
"Oh, sorry."
Uh,
Oh,
um,
are we?
Sabi Ra.
Oh. Yes.
You
Hmm.
have several pads in front of you. There was no mandate to continue your research, so you have found temporarily a job here advising the Commodore on how a merchant crew might make this voyage to help sell the safety to other merchants. That'll get you back Corward, where you can maybe scrounge up another research grant. But you are finding that the bureaucracy of getting such a grant again seems to have turned against you. You are struggling to find any civilian roles, any more significant UESPA missions. There are some small ones, but they're all part of larger 5-year missions. And Starfleet's crewing these 5-year missions with experts who are wearing the uniform. So you're competing with other civilians for what seems like an increasingly small amount of chances to take advantage of Starfleet's resources.
I think that the natural push for Sabira with that would be to, in the short term, she's going to plan around doing the speaking circuits, basically going around, especially with the new findings she did from the last mission, so she knows that there's going to be new stuff that only she and her research team found out, especially about Vigal and what they discovered in that star system. Speaking on the 0 point energy system and how it's practically been built and what that means. Probably throwing her hat at Starfleet Academy or Mars Technical to talk about 0 point engineering, because she knows that she probably can get a lecture in or two for that. Long term wise, if she's not seeing anything on the horizon, she's probably going to start the process of funding private expeditions into various esoteric things that have been on her radar before, and it's be nice to have Starfleet behind it, but if they're not going to do it, then she wants to look into it anyway. But those are long term, because that takes a long time to get the right people, to get the funding in order, get the paperwork in order, find the right ship, and part of that is, I mean, a nice knock-on effect is that if the Traveler model of freighter is really good, that may be something she wants to consider like saving up for. But if it's kind of crap or mid, she might just go with trusted and tried models or mothballed old ships. So that's kind of where she's at. To her, this isn't existential. This is her life. This is what she does. Is one big project and then finding lots of littler projects and then another big project that she can kind of sink all her resources into. Because some of this is private. Some of this is privately funded or supplied by her. That's how she kind of entreats the Federation to help her out over her competition.
Well, if you're gonna consider buying one, I think you might your thoughts might naturally turn to the engineer sitting next to you, who is the first engineer to work on one. And though you are probably a better judge of whether a ship could, in the long term, be profitable, whether it's a good ship or not, you probably have a leading expert sitting next to you.
Commander, might I be able to steal a moment of your thinking power?
Mm-hmm. Please.
I'm going over this model of freighter, and I have certain expectations as to how freighters administratively, logistically work, but what's your take on this thing? I mean, it doesn't compare to a Starfleet vessel, but compared to most civilian vessels, does this thing really measure up, or is it all hopes and dreams from the shipyard engineers trying to get in line?
Measure up to do what? What are you looking for out of it?
Well, long-term missions, not quite the 5-year mission Starfleet does, but research doesn't stop getting done just because Starfleet doesn't want to, or the Federation Council doesn't want to fund it. It has to happen, and I may need a year-long, if not longer, jaunt than this thing may be designed to do. I want to know how outside of its parameters it can really operate, or if it's just yet another tug with a warp engine strapped to it.
Well, plenty of room for equipment and putting in labs. You'd want to put in some sort of probe launching system, but all that's just kind of equivalent of bolting something on, no big deal. So let's see. So yeah, let me see, get out the specs and what I've learned from working on the ship. How would it roll on a longer term scientific mission? I'm assuming that's what you're after.
Yeah.
Rather than like stellar exploration.
Reason if you're trying to preserve the if you're trying to work with what the ship's giving you. Insight if you're trying to find out what could Revere do to make this the best it could be, even if that's not what you want, isn't what the Staryard intended. So I'd say reason engineering difficulty 4 if you're trying to figure out how far did the Staryard plan for this to go, and insight engineering difficulty 4 if you're trying to figure out, forget what the Staryard wanted, what could I do with this?
Well, it seems to me that Sabi Ra could probably benefit from having both.
I
Like,
guess
okay,
do both.
here's what your standard, this is what you could do, out of the box, basically, with,
Mhm.
standard editions and stuff. And here's what you could do if you're really going to do it.
I think an innovative engineer is going to bring both of these down to diff 3.
Okay. So let's do the reason engineering first. We got innovating engineering. Mm-hmm. Any of my focuses going to apply for this kind of overall?
If you choose any one of them, that's what I'm going to focus on, saying that you've determined. If you want an overall approach, you roll without a focus because you don't have starship design.
Fair enough.
Although
Yeah,
I think
then
you can do the reading, right?
Yeah, but then I'm rolling with science instead of engineering.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'll just roll without a focus. Innovative engineer brought down. I think anything else is going to apply. Yeah, okay. So for this roll, we got 3 momentum. So let me just give you 2 momentum and 1 threat for 4 dice. And bold.
There you go.
So it looks like 1 gained. I'll fish. Nah.
Then the Starry Yard, what you gain a momentum, and you realize the Starry Yard was not building a stopgap ship. They're building a freighter that with good maintenance, each individual ship should run 100 years or more.
So they're
Like-
building the next generation of Antares classes.
Yeah,
The next generation, you say?
On a good production run, you'll probably have a ship like this built in 50 years that's still operating in 150. And easily maintained, easily upgraded. I mean, you already found a place to throw a replicator into, even though the ship's right. There isn't a standard ship model of replicator yet, but you've identified where you could fit one in, and you can see there's a lot of places where the engineers didn't know what could go here, but there's a power coupling there, and there's extra space in the walls.
Oh, it's like upgrade.
So-
Yeah.
It's upgrade proofed, basically, or future proofed.
Yeah. All right. Now let's go for insight and let's see what a really talented engineer could do with one of those things. I'll spend a determination to the value performance specs are just estimates.
Yep.
Okay. It's going to be diff 3. So I think I will just give you 1 momentum and 1 threat for the next die. And let's see what we got. That's 4 on a 3, but I'll fish. Hey, 5 on a 3.
So at first glance, it's already future-proofed, and it has a lot of space to take in, additional equipment, additional labs. Could have a lot of cargo space. Could have passenger space. It's very modular. But with your background in Starfleet, you know, if you could get permission, and it would require permission, these power couplings, they're starship rated, not just a freighter rating. You could run a starship grade deflector shield. You could probably run 2 phaser banks. The engine, I mean, you could look at it as that the engine has enough space to be upgraded eventually, but it could just be pushed from from its current, warp 6 engine on the new scale to having a 0-point engine, having a warp 9 engine on the new scale. All of these things would require permits and stuff, but the ship could support all of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a really solid kind of future-proof vessel design. Here's what you could do with it. It would take some permission and some haggling here and there, but you could, you could do a lot with one of these.
Okay. There's a lot more space in there than I thought there'd be. Figured they would have stuffed it to the gills with cargo, but looks like they have a bit of room, like you're pointing out there.
Yeah, it's. I guess they're planning on. Like I said, they kind of future-proofed it, but you still got plenty of room for cargo. Again, as I've shown here and here. See this? You could have any kind of labs or multiple kind of labs you wanted, depending on what mission you're going to, or what's it called? There's a ship talent about labs that you can change.
Modular laboratories.
Modular labs, yeah. So yeah, and you could, under the new scale, you could easily get Warp 9 out of here, which would put a fair number of Starfleet starships to the test. And
Warp 9, how do you figure?
Well, I mean, these are starship rated engines. These aren't your normal, freighter engines. I mean, they really are looking at this as a 100-year design. So yeah, you'd have to upgrade some things and do a little tinkering, but you could get Warp 9 on the new scale out of this, which besides the normal obvious benefits, is you're probably going to be able to outrun most anything up to and including some military vessels.
Think any engineer be able to take on a ship that geared up, or would I have to start shopping around for some ex-Starfleet personnel?
GM?
To use the ship as designed, you're going to need someone with an engineering of 3. To use the ship as the result of your insight roll, you'd need someone with an engineering 5.
So basically one of the best engineers in the field.
Right. I mean, not necessarily ex-Starfleet, but you're going to need one of the people who write the papers.
Oh.
Well, and who also build the prototypes.
That's great. Now I have to bug Drim about the people he knows to get me an engineer, but I'd rather have if I can get this within budget, it's better to have a ship that I mean, when it comes to research missions, we generally don't want to get into firefights with anybody. That's a Starfleet solution to problems. We rather run from the problem if we can. And if we can just outrun whatever we see, we can always drop a probe for later.
I mean, Starfleet has a pretty robust relationship with civilian science academies and vessels. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if you could get, Federation / Starfleet funding. I mean, granted, there's a new class of long-term research vessel, a building now at Utopia Planitia, Oberth class or something. But, I mean, it's nothing that's going to have specs like this. So, I mean, you might be able to, instead of doing traditional, third party or science institute, you could probably roll in Starfleet and the Federation with this too. I can see Vulcan Science Academy, Daystrom Institute, and yeah, Starfleet too. The resources, Starfleet doesn't have all the scientific resources it wants or needs, so.
Well, that's just it. Most of the time, it's a lot of paperwork to convince your superiors and Admiralty and the related Security Council that it's worth putting Federation credits into. A lot of the projects I run into just are either I have to build the stupid thing first, or I have to hope Starfleet gets the idea that maybe science is more of a concern than building the next military cruiser.
Well, I can certainly be more than willing to help out on the engineering pitch for that, but from what I'm hearing and from what the Commodore has been telling me, Starfleet's starting to lean much more heavily into the scientific aspect of things now that the war appears to be well and truly over. The UFP politicians and Starfleet Command seems to be a bit uncomfortable with the kind of war standing that we're on. I'd be happy to help out writing recommendations as possible.
I mean, if you think we can push this and get this by the Security Council somehow, I'd rather, because that is frankly far cheaper for me and will get done a lot faster. But you can find a way to pierce that bureaucratic veil. I am more than willing to try.
Well, I mean, I have been offered the opportunity to transfer to the yards and ship design and building, which is probably also my best route to a captaincy without going into the academy and teaching, which I might do too. But in that position, I might be able to help out directly.
I mean, you could always go private with your skills.
I suppose, but I like being in Starfleet. Starfleet gets the newest toys the quickest. And
the newest legal ones,
most
but
of the
yes.
time, and most of the time I don't have to worry about budgets.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have replicators now. So, yeah. Let's see, working together, what we can do. And we'll get Captain Solaris maybe to help handle some of the more politicky bits. And your civilian friends, too.
Well, it gives me something better to focus on than yet another expense, balance, and risk assessment report about why approaching the Galactic Barrier would be a good idea, which I still think it's a good idea. I just wish Starfleet would like the project.
Yeah, Revere would have gotten a milestone for this, so I'll just go ahead and add Starship Design to a sheet, and we'll say that that's what Revere does after this, is transfer to the Starfleet yards at Utopia Planitia.
Starfleet's going to get those recommendations, read them for like 5 seconds, and they say, yeah, great suggestion, but Gary Mitchell.
Exactly,
What?
Gary Mitchell.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be Utopia Planitia unless you wanted it to be, because this class of ship is being built in a different star yard over Andromeda. Not
I
at
was-
Venetia.
I was referring to the suggestion that they explore the galactic barrier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's her.
Well, but I mean,
That's her white whale that she'll never catch. That's never going to happen. But she tries.
Right.
I mean, Revere wants to stay in Starfleet, but this sounds like an interesting project. So if he can get to a place that lets him continue his career in Starfleet and potentially help Sabi Ra get this off the ground and gives him a chance to, fool around to see what this thing can really do, as well as his other duties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, what I'm pointing out is Utopia Planitia, big established yard that is at the core of the Federation. The Vondrelian Star Yard is almost finished and doesn't have a commanding officer yet. That was going to be Soloris's purview, but as Soloris is being moved, it's kind of up in the air who is going to make that decision eventually.
You become station director.
Yeah.
By the sound of it.
But it's a Starfleet post still.
It's like all Star Yards, it'd be a mix of Starfleet and civilian, but like anything developed by Starfleet is going to have a Starfleet project lead. The actual station is going to be Starfleet, yes, because Andromeda couldn't afford or manage this Star Yard. Like it being built was was part of the condition of them joining. So it is mostly a Starfleet venture.
Okay, well, yeah. If it lets me stay in the fleet, maybe gives me an opportunity for advancement into captaincy. Then yeah, I'd be perfectly willing to go work for the Van Dyke Star Yards.
Poor Tag Vondrelian. He was your subordinate.
Dag Vondrelian, yeah. So yeah, I'll put in request through I guess Soloris or
Soloris
now, yeah. I'll put in a request to Soloris for to see if she'll put my name forward for commando at the Vendrelian Yards.
Scene change. As Griffin starts waking up and Dr. Griffin does seem to be coming out of it.
That's how you treat PTSD. Drugs.
Oh, coming back to consciousness, not not spick and span. One step at a time.
Oh, whoops.
Doctor. What am I doing
Are you
here?
all? You had a post-traumatic stress episode.
Oh. I see.
How are you feeling?
Just kind of look around. This is, let's see, a little out of place.
In what sense?
Okay, we're on the SS Traveler, yeah?
Yes.
Good. Good.
What's the last thing you remember?
I was in the cockpit, was talking to the Commodore.
Do you recall what about?
Griffin will tense up slightly. Different paths the future might take us down.
I see. Well, in that case, I won't ask any more on that.
Is a good question if I've recovered any stress.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Scene change and you've got an extended sleep.
Cool.
This is not the same day. This is like a week later.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so
Oh.
your stress refills, hooray.
Who would have
Yay.
been handling the navigation and piloting of the ship in Griffin's absence in that time?
Y'all are not the only crew that came aboard.
Oh, okay.
So, Navigator Shania is probably handling that.
Okay.
Like I said, there's
Um,
probably another 50 people besides y'all that came on board.
Okay, okay. Cool. Just curious. Well, your situation has improved, and I see. I presume that, medically, like purely physically speaking, Griffin would be cleared to go back to on duty, right?
If you're asking, can she stand up, lift more than 50 pounds? Yes.
Yeah.
However,
Under purely physical terms, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Is like, if I didn't know about all the psychological everything else, I'd have no reason not to give a clean bill of health. And
That is correct.
okay, yep. Well, as it stands, you are in good health, which means I could put you back on duty. However, I'm in a unique position. I will admit, he sits down. This is my first instance having to properly deal with something like this. I am not a counselor, nor have any of the ships I have ever been served on had dedicated counseling services. However, considering that my duty is to the health of my crew in its entirety, if you feel the need to speak about what you are going through, I will do my best to provide those services to the best of my abilities.
Thanks, Doc.
Of course, do not feel any pressure to do so. After all, and he puts his hand up, like, matter of factly, like he read this in a book. Yep. Therapy is something that you must seek out yourself.
I must.
Well, I most certainly cannot force you. Like with any other elective medical procedure.
Whichever you want. Whichever of you wants to go for it can make a reason command or reason medicine difficulty 2.
I mean, I think technically you could order her to at least be
Yeah.
evaluated.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yep, that's
Oh,
true.
none of what was said. None of what was just said was true. That's why I was giving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to roll about that.
Yeah. Go
Yes.
Reason command. Difficulty 2, you said?
You
Difficulty
want them to volunteer themselves. You want to give them
Correct.
the illusion of choice before you
I did-
tell them to do it.
Yep, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying that the doctor said what he said, but
Mhm.
either of them may realize that it's more complicated than it was presented.
Yeah. I don't have any like focuses or anything here, but I'm just gonna roll, and see if Griffin gets this or not.
So, yep. Go ahead.
Nope.
And then for me, it's
Hold on.
reason medicine.
Hold on.
Oh, I might have.
I'm inflicting 6
God.
stress or an injury. As the doctor has, in your opinion, in not so many words, the doctor has said it's your choice, but what the doctor really seems to be implying here is that he will personally kill your career if you do not follow
God
the letter
damn
of what
it.
he has said.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I'll take 6 stress, and
I'm trying here.
Griffin just kind of grips the side of the bed and says, all right, Doc, I'll make sure to get some therapy on Vulcan. They're good at that, right?
We're a failed bedside manner.
I had a quick flashback to something Griffin wasn't present for, where Dr. Tweer went on a little tirade about how Vulcan, the Vulcan method of medicine was terrible.
Uh-huh.
Oh, when was that?
It was when your assistant was like trying to figure out should they do the should they
Right.
should they be a Romulan physician or a Vulcan physician?
Yep. Yeah. Dr. Tweer's eye just like twitches a little bit. But then he just sort of calms and says, "Wherever you think is best, I can, of course, give you some suggestions, I suppose. I must again repeat, I'm not an expert in this,
I'll
but
take whatever suggestions you have, Doctor.
I don't know if Dr. Tweer can either directly or indirectly help Griffin with this."
I tell you what, both of you are out of your depth. So I will say, that you can work together to get Griffin on the right path so that she can recover from this and still have a fruitful career in Starfleet if that's what she chooses. But right now, that role is difficulty 7 and therefore impossible because this is not Dr. Tweer's specialty. Griffin is a young officer who's never experienced this before and doesn't know anyone who has. So I will need traits or other justifications as to why the two of you working together can overcome this.
Well, first off, when attempting a task that will involve an unfamiliar practice technique or medical procedure, or which is to treat an unfamiliar species, ignore any difficulty or complication range increase stemming from my unfamiliarity. Quick study.
Okay, I take that back. Difficulty 0. As
Nice.
I'm not a specialist.
This conversation one day, and Griffin doesn't know what's going to happen next. The doctor's thinking he's way out of his depth, and then you go and you read, Counseling 101, Starship Life and You, and the doctor's like, oh, hey, you just have to put in for a temporary absence. You go by the medical corps, and they put a lock on your files. Your commanding officer can't even it's impossible for you to receive any demerits or negative mention. There's a whole exact procedure that Starfleet Medical has worked out. It's just not Tweer's specialty.
And it's presumably from what Tweer is figuring here, it's not super well advertised.
No, every counselor in Starfleet knows about it. All of them that serve on star bases, and there seems to be a gap.
Yep. Wonderful. Gonna have to write about that. But that's a later Tweer problem.
Yeah, everybody goes back to Starbase pretty regularly, so why wouldn't this be a problem? It's not like people go 5 years without visiting a starbase.
Yup.
To be fair to Starfleet, that's not a common mission profile. It's starting to be.
Yep. Yeah, it's starting to be though. So we might want to start considering having dedicated ship counselors for such mission profiles at the very least.
Or
So
See, what you're talking about would decrease the risks of like captains going insane or crew members going insane, and then how would we have the missing starships out there floating around because everyone went insane and started eating each other for us to have to go look for, you know?
the available
Captain ate everyone's face.
the available evidence in TNG and TOS says that that a dedicated counselor stops exactly 0 of those incidents.
Correct.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately, but you know,
Counselors seem to be more reactive than proactive.
Okay, the problem with this is we're using Troy as our baseline. Troy is a
Right.
terrible therapist. I'm sure there are other much better counselors off screen.
Esri was all right.
Anyways,
Confusion.
so
so yeah. In which
reason-
case,
medicine
Yeah.
difficulty 0, and this can
do
be
we
assisted
ha-
by Griffin.
Do we have any momentum?
2.
2.
I will spend 1 just for comm control.
Wow.
Composure focus.
Wow.
Yes.
Leaving that as is. You said reason medicine.
And does Griffin want to assist?
Yep.
Also, bonus because you were
I will do
assisted.
so.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thanks for looking out.
$5.
4 momentum gained. And Griffin, after talking with the doctor, what seemed impossible and guaranteed career suicide yesterday, doesn't seem like that at all now. It seems like it's going to
Yes.
take time, and it's going to be fraught, but
There's a
The doc-
mechanism.
That mechanism is resigning. No.
No. It's a mechanism, and it's one that is there to be used.
Yeah.
I thank you for your patience, Lieutenant.
Guess we're working this through, both of us, a bit, right?
Indeed. I never imagined that there would be such a gap between what is considered already present Starfleet psychological treatment processes and the realities of long-term mission operations. But
Wow.
we all learn as we go.
Yeah, story of my life, Doc.
scene change.
Goodbye and goodbye.
As the Commodore and Commander talk career possibilities. I guess this is technically a flashback.
That's fine. Yeah, so Slurse is going to say, as I said previously, you would make an excellent captain, but I can't help but notice that your career appears to have stalled out. Is there a reason why you don't seem interested in captaincy?
My interest doesn't have anything to do with it, Commodore.
Is there a different problem then?
You could say problem is there is the reason that I was recommissioned from Andromeda.
Why is that a problem? Plenty of other Starfleet officers have unusual career paths.
Do you want to look this up, or do you want me to tell you?
I suppose I'd like to hear it from the horse's mouth.
The
The
Cellot's
last
mouth.
captain before I retired, I punched in the face. He was, well, more than punched. He was very unconscious. I refused to carry his order forward to the ship, and that disagreement was not settled. I was brought to court-martial, and was not just going to sit there and take that, so I went to Andromeda. Well, end of the day, ended up on Andromeda, outside of Federation space. And then it became Federation space.
I understand. What was the captain attempting to do that was so objectionable to you?
Ignore information that was readily available for the sake of killing someone. Well, many someones. He wanted to fire on a Klingon vessel, a transport vessel. We could have ambushed it, but when I was scanning it more, there was more than just Klingon life signs on it. Klingons don't fight with other people. Well, I mean, they don't have other people on their ships normally. And it's a transport ship. What's it going to be?
Civilians.
Or prisoners, or anything else. We didn't know.
Non-combatants. I see. And this has held back your career ever since?
No, that bit didn't hold me back. The punching him and then running away did, yes.
Yes.
I live with it. It's not hardest thing.
I am likely to become a flag officer within the near future. I can advocate for your career advancement if you so desire. However, I will not speak for you unless I know that is what you want.
I'm not... how do I say this? I wouldn't turn my nose up at commanding a ship, but I'm not looking for handouts to get there.
It's not a handout, Inverni. You have earned it. A
You've
single
earned the ship.
action.
I'm Italian.
Oh, oops. I do not. I'm sorry. Your names are similar. It's
Names
not
are
a bad-
similar. They're both human. It's an easy mistake to make.
That's not what I meant. Ivanov, it's not
Wow.
about handouts or it's not about handoffs, Ivanov. You have earned a commission. You are one of the highest rated first officers in the 10th Fleet. There's no reason why you should be unable to acquire a ship, not with the expansion of the fleet underway.
If it can be done, sure. But I'm not wanting you to be going out there in the pulling all of the strings. It is not necessary.
She nods her head and she says, I understand.
Scene
Schedules.
change.
Last point. The schedules, you did those by hand?
Yes.
All of that math in your head?
Yes.
Huh, smart boy?
She nods and you see a slight smile emerge on her face.
So now he's going to be tested for being an augment. Pretty freaky stuff. And illegal.
Imagine
He normally just plugs into the ship and he's like, I couldn't there. We were at the desk.
Imagine simply being good at math, a skill that's so rare we have to accuse people who are good at math of being secretly enhanced.
Hey, it's because the humans had those eugenics wars that they're really touchy about it, alright? They get really touchy. Anyone's too smart? I don't know. Maybe some genetic manipulation happened.
Oh my god, the fucking kids, like, the kids' soccer games. Oh, your son scored 3 goals. Is he an augment?
Oh God.
But Starfleet Security, Joey's looking into those reports. Like, oh, for the 10th time, no, stop calling. Bothering us is a crime. These are called nuisance calls. No, I don't care who you know in the Federation Council. Karen.
Scene change. As you approach Deep Space K7. You're to drop off a large shipment of grain. When you get a hail, not from K7.
You may want to verify whom that's coming from, Commodore. It is unusual for someone to just hail you out of nowhere like this when it comes to deep space freighting. Unless they're planning to buy the grain off you, but last I heard, we weren't being, Starfleet wasn't exactly advertising grain for sale.
Very well. You are far more informed in manners of civilian procedure and commerce strategies. Revere, would you mind looking into the communication to see if it's legitimate?
Inside engineering, assisted by ship's comms. Security. Call it difficulty 2. And that is a 9 or less crit on a 1.
It's rolling cartridge.
Swing for cryptology or cryptologist?
Yep.
Okay. You said it was a diff 2.
I did.
Yeah, go ahead and have a threat for bold. Why not? I'll fish. Wow, all night. But still,
Ship whiffed.
got it.
Ship whiffed.
And did you bring the diff down by 1 by having a trait? Was
Oh
it-
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
So 1 momentum gained.
Right.
The transmission certificate is valid.
Valid for an
But
Orion pirate.
Not coming from a ship, it's coming from some kind of like repeater.
Okay.
Everything checks out, but we're not. It's not a direct communication from ship or station. It's coming through a repeater.
Can we send a message back through the repeater?
I'll clarify, you haven't actually read the original message.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Then she'll say, open the message.
Okie dokie.
A man appears on your screens. He says, I'm glad to meet you, and it's good to see that there are hardworking, diligent spacers still out here despite the pirate menace. Would you have any time today to talk about insurance for your ship in these trying times?
Oh, Lord.
Excuse me?
Give it 100 years and he'd be Ferengi.
Says, Harcourt Fenton Mudd at your service.
Oh.
I'm in insurance. Anti-pirate insurance. Since Starfleet can't protect the common man.
So Loris like adjusts herself in her seat, stands upright a bit, and says, Harcourt Mudd, it is a pleasure to meet you. Do you know who you are speaking to?
He says, well, I suppose if Starfleet needs to insure its ships as well, it's an open possibility. Though the rates are going to be high.
I must inform you, I am not allowed to conduct such financial transactions over the status of the ship, for the ship is not my property.
We are the pirates.
It seems we won't be able to come to terms today, and, you know, I have other matters to attend to.
Wait, before you go, I have a simple question to ask of you.
Profitable, I hope.
She's going to, okay, now she's going to start stalling for time as she is going to try to motion to these two to try to track his location. And now she's going to start stalling. It's going to start stalling for time, and she's going to say, why, yes, while I would be unable to engage in a financial transaction aboard this ship, there are several items of personal cargo aboard here that are my own, and that with the right middleman to act as a broker could fetch a high price.
Daring science, difficulty 4.
Oh boy. Daring science.
Synchronize test with presence command.
Uh,
Or are we treating these as 2 rolls?
No, I think your traits justify you being able to stall.
Okay.
Computer science, sensor operations, threat analysis.
Computer science.
Neural interface and technical expertise for being plugged into the ship.
Yes. And on the question of never at face value, yes. You can ask.
I'll give you a threat for that to ask that question because Cyber might happen to already been familiar with this guy in her past.
Go ahead and lead you that
Yes.
first.
In one sense, he's rather impressive. As you've heard 3 different syndicate outfits he has swindled. On the other hand, you've never heard of someone who's actually successfully completed a transaction and not gotten screwed by him.
Yeah, that's going on. That is going onto a pad, and I'm gonna hand that off to the Commodore quietly and to go take my seat.
Mhm. She's going to look at it and nod her head and slide it back.
That's so funny.
That is
Yeah, go
funny.
ahead, Ivanov.
Yeah, it was a diff 4, so we will. I don't need complicated math for this. Put down 3 momentum.
Alright. 1, 2, and 3. Ba, ba, ba. There you go. Oh, and me.
Okay,
Hey, ship helped.
and the ship. Oh, or was that the ship?
That's the ship there, yeah.
That is the ship. Okay, 1 second. So the ship doesn't need to reroll because that's a hit.
Yeah.
Correct? Haha. Okay, I've got 2 dice to fish with, which means the first one isn't dangerous. There we go. We'll leave it there.
All right. Looks like 3 momentum gained. You remember a few years ago? Actually, Ivanov wasn't part of the crew yet, I don't believe. But Ivanov is vaguely aware that elements of the 10th Fleet, actually the 10th Fleet as a whole, helped construct a series of deep space repeaters so that these far-flung regions could communicate in near real time with the core. Harcourt Fenton Mudd seems to have bought an access key somehow, or gotten access to one.
So he's using the, and it can't be tracked beyond that, or
So rather than just sending any signal like any other Federation citizen could, he has a key which allows him to directly access and manipulate the relays. So he could be anywhere from Earth all the way to Andromeda.
Like a job for Starfleet intelligence. That doesn't sound legal.
yeah.
That sounds highly
No, I mean,
illegal.
him getting the key in the first place would be suspect for that.
Yeah, that's not something civilians are supposed to have.
Unless he has some special charter, then maybe. But somehow I doubt Harcourt Mudd has a charter with the Federation Bureau of Commerce.
That is a question, though. What is the does the key have a discernible origin? What was it intended for? Like, was it a Starfleet command, priority communications? Like, what is the key registered to? I guess, assuming it's official.
It's a. I will take that for obtain information.
Yes.
Oh, you
It
get
is
a
it is a twinned key So there is a key for an intelligence officer to monitor the traffic with, and a false key that would allow someone to believe they have access.
Actually, there's a solution. Just close the key.
Please tell me he's using the false key.
No, he in fact has Lieutenant Matten's intelligence key, and you can quickly verify by sending a communication to the Thralic that Lieutenant Matten has a static view of the entire array as the intelligence officer, because he has the false key.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Hmm.
So that's one question. If I get a second question, I can form a hypothesis
You
on
have
this
3 momentum.
motherfucker. I know. I just need to think of what to ask.
Okay, I think here's the real question. How did Harcourt Fenton Mudd swindle him?
That is not a question I can ask from the roll.
Oh, I know, because that's the big question.
Actually,
Definitely
furtherance
is.
to that question is how old's the key? Because if it's something that he got within the last month, that's one thing. If it's been something he's had for a year or more, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a different
Yeah.
path.
Actually, yes. That is what is the
You have Soloris. You can ask anything about the key as it relates to intelligence work, because Soloris can give you access to any of Lieutenant Matten's intelligence work.
Yeah. So if we can get the age of this key, then, because that might actually be pertinent to
It's-
our objective of
9
Discernment.
months. About exactly as long as Lieutenant Matten has had an open investigation file on Mr. Mudd.
Okay.
And in fact, I will tell you as part of that, that the intelligence file clearly states that Lieutenant Matten, in an effort to gain Mudd's confidence, supplied him with a pseudo key.
And he. Okay. How do you screw that up, Madden?
Fortunately for him, he's not here to be interrogated.
He's that doesn't matter. He will be eventually.
And that's how he got a
Sorry.
20. That's how he got a ding on one of his rep rolls.
And I'm sorry.
No,
if this is already
yeah, that
been
first
answered.
question was free, I believe.
Oh, it was my bad. Sorry.
Yep.
And I'm sorry if this has
that
already
would be
been
an assist
answered.
by the
but what
computer?
does
Oh, there
the
we go.
key allow him to do?
So that's what's allowing him to use the relay
Okay,
from anywhere
okay.
he feels like in the manner he's using it.
Okay,
So
so
we
you
did still
telemark
spend
it. Okay.
1 momentum, I believe, as a gain information, but not 2. And
Oh, because the
we
second
spent,
thing. Yeah.
yes, and because there's I can rapid hypothesis. The hypothetical understanding of this
Scheme.
on this essentially extortion racket
So,
or intimidation.
actually, I think you might be able to formulate a hypothesis on where he is.
Oh, okay, then lovely.
Because gaining, knowing to look in the intelligence files, as it relates to the relay, there happens to be a top secret Starfleet clearance on one system very close to the middle of the relay. An exclusion zone. The site of a former Romulan base.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
That dingbat. I mean, he was gonna hide anywhere.
He had to hide there.
Yeah, so that's probably just okay. He's plugged in, so it's just plugged in, put the data somewhere, shoot that across to pretty much everyone else's consoles. the condensed version. I'm imagining he can do that quite quickly, given he's plugged directly into the computer. He doesn't have to take the time to type. He can just kind of finger snap it.
Mhm. And how far away is the Romulan base from where we are?
A few days.
Okay.
Because we're a freighter. We putt.
Let's handle the fact we're still on the line with him first.
No, I just want clarification. So she's going
Yeah.
to say, very well, Mud, you've driven a hard bargain. I will accept your rates. Would you like for us to meet at a location to discuss the trade further?
He says, no need. If you could please transmit your financial authorization key.
She nods her head and says, I shall get right upon that. Excuse me, I'm getting a I'm getting a call on the other line. And then she's gonna flick off the communication. Very well. Griffin, set course for the location Ivanov has specified. Best possible speed.
Commodore, may I point something out to you?
Yes, Sabira?
You may be imperiling your mission here by involving the Traveler.
The mission of the Traveler was to discover why people are so scared to travel through this region, and we have done so. We must now resolve the matter.
We're all supposed to get to Vulcan,
We are
though.
not the right ship to resolve the matter. But we can communicate to someone who is, and will be able to very quickly get. I think they'll be able to get there at the same time we would, to be honest.
I mean, I suppose you do have a high-powered tractor beam. If you manage to latch him, he's not running anywhere, but you basically have mining lasers
there
on
in
the
a
front.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's what I was meaning. The Thrala can be there faster than we can, if not maybe the same time we could.
There might even be a closer ship.
It might be a closer ship, and they would be better equipped for it, and that would be their mission parameters. We found the information.
Though maybe you don't
Listens
use
to
the
her crew.
Oh, sorry.
She listens to her crew and she says, I can see that I've been a bit gun-ho on the situation. Communications is engineering, so she'll say, Revere, send a message to the 10th Fleet that we have identified the location of a...
It is a hypothesis. It wouldn't say for certain.
We have
It's
identified
good lead.
we have identified the likely or the potential location of a interstellarly wanted criminal, and we have reason to believe that he may be part of the problem as to what has been scaring people off from this area, and that we recommend a ship be sent there to investigate further.
Probable cause, if nothing else.
We'll question. That key doesn't allow him to listen into communications on that relay, does it?
Weird for the GM there.
Sorry, ask that again.
The key doesn't allow him to listen into things going through the relay, does it?
It does, yes.
It does. We are going
It's
to need
an intelligence officer's key.
Yeah. It was just a matter of we're going to need to mask the transmission or encrypt it. But encryption is suspicious, so masking it.
Why don't we mask it?
I mean,
Why don't we
doing
mask
both,
it?
but yes.
Yes, mask it and encrypt it. Imply that we have suffered a delay for technical problems. imply that we have had engine trouble and that we will not make our our arrival to Vulcan on time. And within that message and code, the previous stated message about Harcourt Mud.
That should work. Cover message appropriately dull. Well, between Revere and yourself.
Is there any of your Starfleet vessels here at K7? You might be able to do it the old-fashioned way to try, without even having to mask it. Carry the message direct. Since we have to go there anyway for the grain shipment. I wouldn't put it to a freighter's hands because with enough people are far too eager to believe the lies of Harcourt Mud. Unless they've been in the business as long as I have and know him better than that.
Look and pull up.
Who is this Harcourt Mud?
Scam artist who has at least 3 different syndicates who want to ask him very hard questions.
I feel like Solaris hands you a pad that's just his currently known rap sheet.
Griffin, you should be familiar with
it
the positions of nearby ships or where they should be.
It can't possibly.
Yeah.
Oh, it can't possibly be that bad. He says, looking down at the pad. Oh, it's worse. Oh, this is much worse.
Yeah, I didn't know anyone could steal mega credits worth of goods, but Mud managed to do it.
That's impressive, honestly.
Yeah. It's hard to get charged for grand larceny in the Federation, but you know.
Thought we did away with that a century ago.
Truly, there is infinite diversity within infinite.
Perfect.
Oh, don't worry. Between the humans and Orions, we seem to keep it alive and well.
And as thoughts, hopes, and fears about new careers pan out, the crew finds themselves reinvigorated by going on the hunt for Harry Mudd.
Gosh.
That's it.
Woo! I had a lot of fun with this campaign. I really enjoyed playing Solaris and her evolutions
really good.
and devolutions.
That was really good.
For all of you watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing and running, thank you very much for doing so. And that is it for Star Trek Return to the Frontier, but another series is coming soon. Query for the GM. Do you think we're going to be doing a session 0 on this one, or are we going straight into an episode 1 after talking about it on the Discord? Just so... I was just thinking of pitching it, and I was like, well, I don't know which one we're doing yet.
I don't either.
Sounds like session 0 is
yeah, I gotta...
A session 0 would be in order, because we're probably going to want Revere, and we're probably going to want Ensley here.
Well, it depends how much we get done off screen anyway,
Yeah.
so it depends.
Yeah, that's true.
3 of my 2 brain cells have to get together and figure it out.
Well, with all that, we'll see you again next time in the new series. Bye.
All right, I've got a bio test tomorrow, so I'll catch y'all later.
Catch you later.
One thing, which I was trying to say during the start bit, but I didn't really get to put a word in there.
Okay.